Boom. What's up, YouTube? I hit the red button once again. It's your boy Roscoe. It's been a minute. Um, I'm glad that I chose to do this today. Um, YouTube is not easy. It's been challenging. It's been challenging creating content. It's been challenging posting, but here I am again. Um, I every now and again, or every now and again, every couple of days, I'll still record a video, but I haven't posted one, I think, in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, maybe this will be the one that I post. Um, what came to mind was the reason why I hit the red button today was second chances and what that means to me in life. I've had many times in life where I've had second chances to um, I can't even talk right now. I've had second chances to right the wrongs, so-called perceived wrongs within my life. Um, one distinct one that I can remember was um, and there's been tons of them, but one of the ones that really stands out was, you know, in I think I was playing football at University of Massachusetts in 1998 slash 99. My first year there, I was a junior college transfer, and all the way from LA boy out in Massachusetts. Um, and I was there basically on, on scholarship one glorious year. Um, See, in my mind, I'm figuring out how to try to weave all this stuff together and loop it back around at the end of this. But who cares, man? Who cares? I'm just gonna just lay it all out there. Second chances. So I I had one glorious year. I ended up failing out, and I was put on academic probation. I stayed out there because I met a girl, and that girl would go on to become my wife and the mother of our children. And but at the time, I didn't know it. I just felt like this big failure. And um, anyway, 4 years goes. We end up moving back to LA together, and kind of starting our lives together. But 4 years after I failed out, I decided to try to go back to school. And turns out, um, through NC2A, the rules state, if when you're playing football, when you're a student athlete, NC2A, your clock starts. So once your clock starts, you have 5 years to play 4 seasons of whatever sport it is that you play. There's other colleges like Division III schools that are NAIA who don't follow that rule. It's just a 10 semester rule. Point being is, oh, that's irrelevant. Point being was I got a second opportunity to um, to finish my college career, graduate, and finish playing football as well. 4 years later. So I had a 4 year hiatus from playing college football, and then somehow, some way, by the grace of God, that was like a failure that just kind of was always gnawing at me, and the stars aligned. Some, it's a long story, but you know what? I'll touch a little bit on it. And I after I failed out, I put myself back through. I was on the semester academic probation. Then I put myself through a um, a semester at UMass on my own dime, which was it was like $15,000. So I spent a long time paying that off. But I did that to try to get my GPA back up because I literally failed so miserably um, the 2 semesters that I was there on scholarship. And so I took over a bunch of courses that I failed and got grade forgiveness. And so I improved my GPA significantly. Still wasn't enough to get reinstated back into the school and to go on and finish my football career there. Um, so I still had to get my GPA up, but I had no intentions of going back to school. I knew I wanted to play football. I was walking through LAX airport and I hear over the loudspeaker my name being called. Pat Roskwick, your flight for wherever I'm not sure where I was going at the time. And as I'm hearing my name be called over the loudspeaker, I see somebody that I recognize looking up in the air because he recognized my name being called, and I saw him like kind of smiling. I'm like, holy crap, I know that guy. And I'm watching this in real time. I'm watching him have the epiphany of like, I know, like, so I played football with him. His name was Tyler Fenwick. He was my junior college football's uh, um, coach's son. Sorry, I spread that out. He was my junior college football coach, Jim Fenwick at LA Valley. He was, Tyler is his son. And I played with Tyler at LA Valley, and we never played against each other in high school, but I would see him at like passing league tournaments and stuff. Anyway, Tyler's gone on to be a phenomenal college football head football coach himself, and so anyway, I ran it. So I walked right straight up to him, and he's like, "I just heard your name being called." I was like, "I know, I saw it in real time." And he's like, "Hey, small talk. What are you doing? Blah blah blah. This that and the other." Told him, what happened at UMass and failed out. And he's like, "Hey, you should really think about giving my dad a call, and he could use you up, where he's at, a small school called Eastern Oregon University." I was like, "Well, my clock ran up." Blah, blah. He's like, "Well, it's NAIA, 10 semester rule. Give my dad a call." Lo and behold, I give Coach Fenwick a call, Jim Fenwick. I give him a call, and he's like, "Well, let me look into your, go ahead and send your transcripts, blah, blah, blah." I send him up there. He takes a look at him, takes him to the was it the athletic director? And they go, "Hey, what you need to do if you want to come up here and finish your degree and finish your playing career, which is all possible, you need to go back to LA Valley, the junior college I went to, and take some courses, get your GPA up, and then resubmit it." So sure enough, I go ahead and go back to Valley College for a year, and I had to stay under a certain amount of units to not lose eligibility. And so I did. I kind of humbled myself. There was all these new kids that were there playing football, and they'd see me kind of walking the halls and in classes, and here I am, this I felt like just a failure, but I knew I had this opportunity looming in the distance that I can right this wrong. I had this second chance. So it was like, just humble yourself, do the work, and just put one foot in front of the other and keep going. And so that's what I did. Ended up getting straight A's both semesters, resubmitted all my paperwork. I needed to get letters of recommendation. So I was able to get one of my professors from UMass, Professor Bernie Morzuk, from Resource Economics. He's nobody's lunch meat. Anyway, it's a term that he used to say. He wrote a letter for me and then and then uh, Professor Arnaud, who taught history at LA Valley, wrote a letter for me. And with all that being said, I submitted it all to Eastern Oregon University. It all got approved, and I I was a junior at UMass in 1998, and I was a junior again at Eastern Oregon University in 2002. So I had a 4 year hiatus from college football, um, and uh, and then I graduated. I won't go into the whole story of, but I was able to get 2 years of eligibility and graduated in 2004. Um, and I was able to, like I said, have a second chance and right that wrong, that I felt was wrong, you know, that I did. It was all me. I just didn't balance the social dynamics of college life, and but I had a second crack at it, and I'm so thankful for it, and I'm so thankful for all the efforts and how the stars all aligned, um, to make all that happen. And so I'm a big believer in second chances. And so now I'll talk about, another failure, within my life that I am now in the process of getting a second chance. And that was the closing of our shave ice company, and that my ex wife and I had started, and that we had for 12 years, that we closed in COVID. um, we had already gone our separate ways, so when COVID came, and then just it, everything was tough, um, um, and we just didn't have the the energy or alignment between each other just to keep pushing forward, and we thought it was just the right time to pack it up. When you go through those things, and sometimes you quit at something, or you know you fail at something, and you think it's, at the time it feels like a relief, because you're lost, you're in pain, you don't, in pain as far as, running a failing business, failing in school, whatever it is. You you just think that, what, I just need to get out, and you know pull the rip cord and eject. um, and then, a lot of times when you do that, you end up looking back, and you're like, God, I wish I would have kept going. I wish I would have, and a lot of times you don't have the opportunity to reconcile those things. Um, um, but a lot of times you do. Uh, and if it's something that you want, and you can find a way. So even after, all the blood, sweat, and tears we put into our shave ice company, it didn't sit well, just quitting and abandoning ship. And so even the last 4 years, um, you know, all I've been thinking about since the day we closed the doors, since the day we put everything in storage, um, all I've been thinking about was like, I tried to convince myself that it was the right thing, but all I kept thinking about was, somehow, some way, one day, I'll get this thing back open, and 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 because I loved it. I loved what we built. I loved what, you know the 12 years that we spent, building the company. Um, and ultimately, I, here we were, 4 years later, and we're no longer together, and it's been 7 years for that. But but we're also in a really good place, and as far as raising our kids, and our communication together is just awesome. Um, and here, somehow, some way, like, you know I had brought it up a couple years ago, thinking about, hey, do you think you'd ever want to restart? And Kristen was like, I don't know. She had a lot going on with her business, and her profession, her job, her company that she has, and I was like, okay, and so we keep moving on. And then all of a sudden, the boys have been talking about it more and more. We have two boys that are, 11 and 13, and they've been talking about it more and more, and how they missed it. And they grew up in the Shave Ice stores that we had. And this last winter, Kristen even said, she's like, I really miss our Shave Ice company. And I was like, yeah, me too. And she's like, I think we could do it again. And and that was it. It was like the spark. I was like, yeah, I think we can too. And sure enough, and she started working on things, and doing what she does behind the scenes, and recreating stuff, and and then started getting the boys involved, and they started cleaning the truck up, and then we started cleaning the truck, and I started fixing the machines, and that kind of all started back in October, or you know and now it's the end of January. I don't even know what today is. January 28th, 29th, 30th. I don't know. But here we are. Uh, Truck is almost 100% street legal, and fixed up. Um, we had to spend a lot of money, and she's got the whole website dialed in, and here we are on the cusp of restarting our Shave Ice company, Get Shaved. It's no longer going to be getshavedice.com. It's under getshavedtruck.com. But here it is. It's like a second, back to second chances. Um, the stars have aligned, and here we are. Like I said, on the cusp of spring. Spring is looming in the distance, and then summer. We just booked our first party, um, in the middle of summer. Most of all our bookings usually start to happen, February, March, April, and spring, and then we're booked up for the whole summer. We don't like we've been MIA for 4 years. We're like, man, are people going to remember us, and blah blah blah. And so she started kind of working on the social media and putting posts out there, and there's just been an incredible response, through Facebook, and through our followers on Facebook, and our followers on Instagram, and all of our former employees. We've had hundreds and hundreds of employees throughout the 12 years, and some that are married. We have Get Shaved babies. We have Get Shaved marriages. It's pretty remarkable, and to see it all kind of coming back, and to see I'm getting a little dust in my eyes, but to see it all starting to come back, and all the support from all of our customers, and fans, and employees of the past, and everybody's really excited, um, for this new launch, and this new chapter of Get Shaved. And and man, it's just like, yeah, second chances are amazing. Second chances are, I can't say enough. I've had two two remarkable uh, things that have happened in my life, and they're both things that that had left me, and or that for whatever reason that I caused, um, and have come back around, and having a second chance at it. And you know just like my time with football at my second go round with football at Eastern Oregon University. That's my third call. I played football at three different colleges: junior college, UMass, and then Eastern Oregon. Um, but but to have that second opportunity to sorry, girls want to get in here. Hey, girls, say hi. Having that second opportunity uh, at football, you know, was just an amazing experience, and I'll never forget it. I value, a lot of the friendships that I have from my teammates back then, who I'm still in contact with, and it's been 20 plus years since I played at Eastern Oregon. I'm in contact with a few people from UMass, um, but um, you know, so in football, I really took time to smell the roses that second time around, and really invested in the relationships that I was making, and just was really grateful for that opportunity, and that's kind of the way I've been feeling about. Oh, thank you, girl. She's licking my hand. She wants some attention. Um, so that's kind of the same feeling that I have right now with the relaunch of Get Shaved and the Get Shaved truck. Um, is that um, okay? Is that I'm really just yeah, it's a trash can on the on the kitchen counter back there, because this little one likes to dig in it sometimes at night when everyone's asleep. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, uh, so yeah, the second time around, the second opportunity with Get Shaved, just really taking the time to smell the roses, enjoy the process, um, teaching the boys um, um, the business, and watching them, you know, learn the craft of of not just business and entrepreneurship, teamwork, um, and and then just also really enjoying the partnership with with their mom, Kristen, my ex, and we're just, our why has changed. So it's really cool just to kind of be on the same page and doing it for the right reasons, and really, like I said with football, same goes with this. Really grateful for um, this second chance and this opportunity. Um, so I'm looking forward to a busy summer, and um, hopefully filled with smiles and sticky hands and sticky fingers. Um, but that's it. So I'm a believer in second chances. Oh, this 95-pound girl just is sitting on my stomach. And and yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been watching me fumble through growing this channel and creating, and I hope that that if there's some of you out there that wish that they had a second chance at at righting a wrong in their life, that you know what, you still have, if you're still alive and breathing, you have the opportunity to do that, and you should give it a shot. I know it's scary sometimes to um, kind of go down that road again. Um, but you know, it's a different, it's a different adventure. So it's not the same, and you're not the same. You've grown, you're stronger, you're wiser, and so anyway, I wish everybody well, and hopefully I'll post this. We shall see. Ain't that right, girl? Um, I hope everybody has a great day. One love. Oh.